What's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Kelvin's Garage with a very special episode for you. We're going to change out the distributor cap and distributor rotor for the 1992 Toyota pickup. All right, let's take a look at what we have here. We have the distributor cap and rotor kit, okay, from this aftermarket company. I just got it on Rock Auto, WVE Vehicle Electronics, okay. Let's take a look here. But it comes with the rotor, okay, right here. Okay, and it comes with the distributor cap. All right, so here it is for 4-cylinder 22RE. You can take a look inside the electrodes, make sure they're nice, brand spanking new. Okay, and they are. This has got a little spring in it. Okay, but basically the distributor cap and rotor are how the engine sends energy to the spark plugs from the ignition coil. Okay, so this is going to spin inside and hit each of those electrodes. Okay. All right, in terms of tooling, you don't need much. All you need is an 8mm wrench, okay? So here is the distributor over here, okay? And you can see that the distributor cap is coming off of the distributor, and coming off of the cap are the ignition wires, okay? The one that comes from the igniter coil, okay? Ignition coil, and the ones that are going to each of the spark plugs, all right? So sometimes we call them spark plug wires, all right? But you get the idea, okay? Basically, all we need to do is remove each of the spark plug wires, okay, and then remove the cap, okay? So the only thing is sometimes it's very easy to get the ignition wires tangled up and mixed up, all right? So kind of keep an eye on which one's which, all right? So this one says 1 right here, and if you can see down there, the cap usually says so. Okay, but this is 1, right? 2 is down over here, okay? This is 2. That goes to cylinder 2. Cylinder 3 is this one over here. Run your fingers around it. Okay, 3, right? It says under there. Okay, and 4 is that one, the last one here. And if you run your fingers, it's that one down here. Okay, so the firing order is 1, 3, 4, 2. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to first remove the center one. Okay, that comes from the ignition coil. Okay, and then we're going to, just by hand, take off 1. Okay, number 3. Right here. Okay, number 4 and number 2. Okay, and that's it. Okay, at this point you can just undo the distributor cap. Okay, just take your 8mm wrench and undo the 2 little screws right here. All right, turn it counterclockwise. There goes 1, and then you can do the second one, which is down here, okay, which is also very easy to do. Okay, and just turn that and unscrew that one. All right, so I'm just going to unscrew this for the next minute or so and take off the distributor cap. Okay, and then at some point, just by hand, unscrew that. You can just finish unscrewing by hand. Okay, there's that one. Okay. And here's the upper one. All right, and then at this point, the distributor cap should be loose. You can just pry it off. So that's it. Just gently take it off, all right? Okay, so here is the distributor rotor, and this pretty much you can just pull right off, all right? So just pull it towards yourself, okay, like so, and pull it off, okay? And that's it. Okay, these are fairly new components, okay? They're not too many miles on it, but I just decided to change them out because they're a little bit on the old side. Okay, so I've got the old components on the bottom row and the new components on the upper row. And even though these components are in pretty good shape, you can usually tell which is the used one if you inspect the electrodes here. So if you look at the electrode right here on this one, on this rotor, you see there's got some wear and tear on it, all right? But if you look at the rotor on the brand new one, okay, it's untouched. Okay, it's pretty much untouched, unused. All right, likewise on the cap, turn the cap over and you look on the inside here, there will be a little bit of wear right here on these electrodes right here. And that's how you know if it's been used or not, all right? If you look at the new one, there's no wear at all on the inside of these electrodes. Okay, so that's the new one. And now I'm just gonna install the new rotor, okay, in the same orientation as the old one. All right, if you look in here, there's a flat part right here. Okay, and if you look here, it's actually this part here, the flat part up there, not this one, okay? It's that one. So the rotor is facing down like so. Okay, and so just press it in away from you, and it should just find its way. All right, so just wiggle it and press away. Okay, there it is, okay? You see? Okay, make sure it's flush. okay, against the back here. Okay, make sure it's flush. But yeah, there should be no gap, all right? And then take the new distributor cap, all right, and just place it over into position. Okay, and pretty much these screws can only go in one way. In other words, you can't flip this 180 degrees. This screw has to hit this little threaded ear over here, and then that one down here has to hit that threaded ear. Okay, there's no way to mix it up. All right, they're offset, they're not symmetric. To make the job a little faster, you can just use a Phillips screwdriver on those screws. Okay, that way they'll get in a little quicker. All right, the only thing is it's a little hard to get that one down below. Okay, and for here, we did get the screwdriver down below here. So just tighten that screw into place. All right, once it's flush, just give it a little extra torque to lock it in. Okay, and likewise up here as well. Just give it a little extra torque to lock it in. Okay, and distributor cap is installed. Now don't forget to put the spark plug wires back on. Luckily we didn't make a mess of the spark plug wires. Okay, so first we'll just do the ones on the far end. Okay, here's one and here's two. Okay, so let's get two. Okay, two is this one right here. Okay, here's two. All right, tracing it, tracing it, tracing it. Here's two. Okay, that goes right there where two is. Just press in. Okay, and it'll lock into place. All right, this one is 4. Okay, so let's trace 4. Here's 4. Okay, coming through here, coming through here, coming through here. And don't be shy about doing this. Okay, you need to get it right. So don't worry if you can't just visually look at it. Just trace it, and you should be able to get it where it needs to be. Okay, so here's 4. Okay, 3. Okay, here's 3. Just trace it, trace it, trace it, trace it. Here's 3 right here. Okay, plug that in. Okay, and here's 1. Okay, here's 1 right here, cylinder 1, and that's the cable, goes in right there. Okay, and finally get the one from the ignition coil. Okay, that's right here. I'm going to bring it back out and plug that into the center of the distributor cap. Okay, that's it. We are installed on the new distributor rotor, distributor cap. All right, and that's it. You just installed a brand new distributor cap and rotor. Make sure you start the car, make sure everything's running smoothly. If you found this video helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time on Kelvin's Garage.